Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 6, day 3. It is February 8th, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, if it's your first time here, welcome. We're going to run through the indices. Current trend, again, never indicative of where price action may be going tomorrow. Got a couple announcements at the end. Kind of give you a good picture in about 15 minutes here. Again, when you have choices when it comes to trading and trends and strategies, there's a lot out there. So, hey, whatever works for you best, take it, make it your own. All right, let's jump right into today's session as the NASDAQ. It was all about the NASDAQ here. Let's go ahead and get the charts here. Give me a second here as we were taking a look at the daily outlook this morning, about 15 minutes, as we do each day, 15 minutes before the trend opens, or before the market opens, taking a look at the current momentum and making a guesstimate of, or high probability of where price action may roll in either direction. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for 85 and 95 upside and 66 and 56 downside. So let's go ahead and grab that pick there. That's what we had this morning right there. Price action again opening up this morning. I apologize. That's the post-market picture. We don't want post-market picture. We want the pre-market picture. And there we go. Let me pull that up. There we go. Pre-market picture. Again, we were looking at 51.95 upside as we've just about up there. And 60 minute, we were looking at 56.17 all the way down to 66. And that was our NQ. And those were our levels on both sides as we post that here in the morning session. Looking at the open gap down at 51.63.5. And ES, we were looking at 84, we were looking at 88 and 92 upside, and 81 and 73 downside, as we can see here on the levels on the pre-markets. All right, well, how did we do there? Again, let's take a look here at the NQ. So NQ pre-market, again, we were looking at 56 downside, and that is exactly where we went today. Actually, I apologize, 66. It was 66. We were looking at 56, but 66 downside. Good enough on the 15-minute chart, and all the way up to 51.95. Nice move for the day, pretty much finishing out at the high. All right, we said on the ES here, the ES pre-market, again, we were looking for downside 22.81, and we were looking for upside anywhere around 89 for 89 up to 92, 89 to 92, and ES trending upside. That's exactly where we went up to about 92 up there on both the 15 and the 60-minute chart. All right, so that's our pre-market trend, 15 minutes before each day, looking at the MML levels, Murray Math levels. Again, a high probability setup. Love them on the bigger time frames. As far as today's session, it was all about the NASDAQ. NASDAQ really leaning us back upside. Wine went pretty much flat out today, and ES chopping sideways. Let's take a look at some of those markets here. Let's take a look at the NQ full session. There it was. Price action to the upside. Opening up 51.73, closing out here around 91.25. Again, early AM session. The Globex session was pretty amazing to speak in itself, as we'll take a look at the 6E. But 6E, nice move overnight session and then popping right back up. But we're not looking at the 6E yet, but that was the groove overnight and momentum downside. So market picked up. NQ was downside just slightly overnight. There was the early morning move, and right back above the cloud, price action moving up. And then a breakout in the PM session, but pretty flat towards nothing much happening in the late PM session. Let's take a look at the ES. Price action again, market open, again in sync with the NQ. Price action popped back up above the cloud, pullback, pulled you out. There's the ES, nice next move, but deeper pullbacks today. Not easy to stay in any particular trend by the trade management rules, but overall upside Today we opened up at 84.25, closing out at 90.25. All right, let's take a look at the YM. Price action again, I mentioned flat across the board pretty much, opening up here at 2001 and closing out at 2002. So not much action across the board on the YM. We mentioned the 6E here. We'll take a look at the chart here in a moment. But again, for those of you wanting to get into some trading, starting out, not wanting to risk as much, we like to look every day at the M6E, another opportunity to get in on the charts. And there was our M6E full session. Again, price action to the downside in sync with the 51.44. Gave you a nice trend and back to the upside on the 5.4 Flex Renko. So nice real trending charts there on the M6E today. All right, not much else in the news there today. EIA, third, that's right, counted third largest build in 35 years. And what does crude do? Crude takes off to the upside. Again, as we've been mentioning, the VIX now at 11:45. Got to watch those February 15 strike calls. 1 million plus open interest. That's right. At what? 20 to 23. 1 million plus interest at those numbers, 20 through 23. Well, we got a ways to go. So at some point, price action looking to pull back. All right, so there's our key numbers. Core sector list, 19 in the green. We finished out actually upside. Hey, let's mention some of the key charts today. I saw the Globex there. Again, nice move to the downside. Watch that midnight open. Price action again during the London session to the downside. And bang, right back upside on the 6E Euro. Heat map across the board there online today. There it is, CNBC. S&P 500, we were pretty split until we switched sectors there in the afternoon session. That's right, watching the MML, math lines from the top, overnight session down to that 51.63, 51.66 support, and right back upside as the NQ taking us for a ride downside this morning on the early setup with the QM-TIC index. Interesting enough, QM-TIC index pretty much stayed downside for the most of the session. NQ post 75 minutes. Hey, why not? Right back in upside. You got yourself a caution entry as price action only in sync with the 51.44. NQ really moving it up. It doesn't matter what you're thinking. It doesn't matter whether you believe the market should be up or down. You got to follow the charts. You got to follow the charts. And finally, the ES doing a nice MML off the tops to the bottoms overnight, right at 9:30. Bounce back up. Pull back and holding up at the highs. All right, let's jump into the charts. Take a look at the daily gaps here. Price action on the NQ closing out the gap at 63.50. Nice move. Crude working its way back up to 52.91. Don't even try to understand it, guys. Price action, you got to build the biggest build in 35 years. And what happens? Price action runs up. Crazy, right? All right, so there it is. YM finishing out pretty much at the 20K. NQ finishing up nice upside, closing out the gap downside. Next gap down 51.21.25. And the ES, as we show each day, we have open gaps all the way down to 1860.75. First open gap down here. Thought we might close that today, 70.75. But no go, no go. Yes, 100% guarantee we close that out at some particular point. As we can see on the NISS NYSE, not much price action moving. Downside up, pretty much flat. Little afternoon move. Very quiet. Same picture on NQ, S&P, and YM across the board. All right, we looked at the NQ, YM, and ES. Let's take a look at that crude price action. Again, as price action overnight. That was yesterday's price action. Major move down. Crude overnight, a little bit choppy. Waiting on that EIA report. Price action moves up. Solid body tails up on the Heikin-Ashi bars. Gives you the entry. All green. Pullback. Whether you managed it or not to be bailed out, you got yourself another entry to the upside. And that was pretty much it on the CL. We had hopes on that gold move there today. Gold, very nice trending upside. Though a little bit of a deeper pullback. A little deep for my taste. But again, 50.144 holding above the VWAP. Everything in the green. Good reason to hold on. Price action back upside. A little bit of a pullback back upside. A little bit of chop up here. You might have bailed here and back in on the trend downside. So pretty much most part uptrend on the GC today. Taking a look at the 6J on the yen, price action again, overnight session, a little bit choppy through the London open. Nice move, nice trend upside. Chop US regular trading hours finally with a move downside, so pretty much almost an even finish for the yen. All right, yen, euro. Again, we saw that chart before. Nice move to the downside. There was the euro midnight open. A little bit of a pullback. 50.144 below the cloud. Stay on it. Price action to the downside. And you got yourself a nice trend. Well, where does this all come from? Well, it comes from the strategy of a high probability setup. Looking for the 51.44. Price action downside. Doesn't matter what color bars. They're HA bars, Heikin-Ashi bars. They keep you in trend. And with the trade management strategy, allows you to remain in the trend as long as possible. Nice move back up to the upside on the 60 euro after a little bit of chop. Nice move back up. Finally, last move to the session to the VWAP, and that's all she could do, and hold out there. All right, looking ahead to tomorrow again, you got to keep it in context. Doesn't matter what happened last January, which actually was a downfall. Doesn't matter what's happening overall. You just got to watch the charts in front of you. Try not to second guess where we're headed. Only took a look at the charts and make your decisions from there. All right, let's take a look at the NQ as we continue to hold up here. 51.95 was the number we were looking at today. ADX, nice market internal if you're watching on a bigger picture, as well as an intraday. Intraday was really nice today as we watch on the NQ. Here we go. Watching on a 600 Flex Renko. There it was today. As you can see, February 8th, price action was to the downside, above 20 and 40. Price action reversed, directional movement index, showing us the trend moving back upside for a slight movement. Little lost contact there, and then back upside. So we held on to the NQ. So you want to use the lower time frame for the intraday. Use the higher time frame for the bigger picture. And we currently in an uptrend. Still, do we have room to go? Sure. We look up to the next levels. Both on a 60-minute and 15-minute chart, we're at the highs. 15-minute chart most likely will reset itself on the Globex session with some new levels. We'll get those out to you in the AM session. But for now, 51.95 is the level of resistance. Anything upside, we're looking at first 52.05 and then 52.14 before we go any higher to 52.34. All right, there's our NQ. Keep those levels in mind. Anything downside, 51.56, 75 as well. You want to look at that first, then 56, and then 66 to the downside. All right, take a look at the ES. ES continues to bounce off the level, 2281.25 on a range chart. ADX pulling back, though. A little concerned here that the momentum might be shifting here. But again, nice long hanging tail. ES held up today, so we got to go to the smaller time frames to see where the possibility is. We're at the highs. Want to watch the 15-minute chart potentially reverse itself overnight. 60-minute chart here holding up. So we look to 92.97 up to 94. Similar levels there on the 15-minute chart all the way up to 22.97. Might as well go for the bell. 2300 is the ultimate goal up here if we're to ring any bells. Again, we can look to the bigger time frames like we do each week. And there it is, 2296 and 2300. So that is the upper level charts that we're looking for. All right, and wrapping it up on the YM here. Again, YM, not much movement today. Pretty much finishing out where we started. Price action back above the 2024. ADX holding upside. So we go to the 15 and the 16-minute chart. We can see we're just waffling right there at support. Downside, we got 156 upside, 844. Smaller time frame, we're looking at 39 upside and downside 961 as we hold up at these upper levels up here. 5 above 34 EMA, above the cloud, and holding at the upper levels. Biggest major support of resistance downside will be 19,844. All right, rolling into tomorrow, price action can go in either direction. Again, watch those Globex charts. But as far as econ data, jobless claims of the morning, we got multiple Fed speakers throughout the day. A little bit more econ data tomorrow. Rustle the market up a little bit and finishing on Friday. Don't forget, next week, February 14th, we have Janet Yellen testifying. So markets surely to keep their ears open. All right, guys, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and technical momentum of the indices and key futures markets as we do each day. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com in the mornings as I post the pre-market trend 15 minutes before price action is let out of the gates. You may look at any of my social media outlets or contacts to obtain more information. My mantra, one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only watch what's in front of me and on my charts. And as always, leave your bias at the door when trading. Hey, for those of you that want to join us in our community of like-minded traders seeking those highest probability setups, feel free to email me, David at tradingfibs.com. You may join us on any Thursday or Friday to view the live chart setups as they happen in a trading day. If you like what you see, you are more than welcome to join us by finding more information out here under the trading room here at tradingfibs.com. All right, guys, have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. Have a good day, have a good night, and good trading to you.